Live for it.
Izzy's found a new gear this year, and she's showing the academic results to prove it. We know the quiet hours she's put in.
Tom is thriving. He's really settled into his new boarding house, made great friends. I mean, he talks too much, but I imagine that comes as a little surprise to you.
Her hockey is impressive, and the county call-up was completely deserved. She made us all very proud that day.
His success with the debating team has definitely boosted his confidence in the classroom as well.
But the most obvious
And
thing
the most important thing
is that she's very happy at Worth.
is that he is very happy at Worth.
Good morning, just about, and welcome to St Hill for a special edition today on EG Hockey TV of our men's second 11 playing in the semi-final of the Tier 2 National Cup against Southgate Men's Twos. It's a nice bright sunshine here. Today's bit of a chill in the wind, but it's a fantastic atmosphere and temperature to play hockey in. It'll be really good to see our men's second 11. We've got some up-and-coming stars, hopefully going to progress into our first team one day in this game. So it'll be nice to give them a bit of an early view on what's to be expected. Southgate team, unfortunately, we don't know too much about the Southgate team to start with today. However, I'm sure we'll learn lots as we go on. But as predicted, they will be a very, very strong side, well drilled, and I'm sure they'll have some good high quality players that are bordering on their first team as well. After Southgate first team having a very, or more successful season, we should say, than East Grinstead, I'm sure that some of their players will be well practiced and ready to go for today. Now, we are, judging by my clock, we are just about 8 minutes away from pushback. Slightly different you'll see today compared to some of our normal streams is that we will play two 35-minute halves, which is a weird but nice change to it. So less breaks for you there, and back to the more traditional way of playing hockey in this country. But as I said, we are moments away now. If you are live, whether you are a Southgate supporter or whether you are an East Grinstead supporter tuning in today, don't forget to drop the stream a like. It gives us help with the algorithm. And if you are not subscribed and you'd like to keep up with all our updates, and not only for the rest of this season but this next season as well, please hit that bell button and subscribe. My name's Tom, so thank you for joining us here today. As you can see, both teams are well into their preparations before today's match. It's going to be a highly contested contest, fiercely contested contest by both teams, and we're very, very lucky to have this to be able to watch this afternoon. Pushback is about midday. There's been no one on before us, so we should be ready to go on the midday mark. You might be able to see in the far picture of your screen, or not quite yet. You've got the drone. Apologies. Over the far side, you will see our chairman, Chris Vallis-Wilson, who is waving the flag for EG. We're expecting a little bit of a crowd here, so hopefully we can create some atmosphere and create a good atmosphere for the twos, as they do in all of our men's and women's first team games. If you are a regular, if you tune in regularly, to our streams, you may see some familiar faces down there on the pitch today. Wes Jackson, I thought he was supposed to be playing. There was a rumour that he was supposed to be playing, but his back is probably gone again. So he is on the sidelines for the men's twos this afternoon. Our men's first team coach. So they are well looked after in that respect. We also have young Freddie Cable, number 19, who also made his Premier League debut in the last game of the season for the men's first team. So it'll be really, really interesting, and I wish him well today. So hopefully he can take that experience and that confidence through into today's game. Some other notable mentions for the East Grinstead second 11 is Keith Turner. He is an absolute unit playing at the back there. He can also flick a ball fairly hard, I would say. So Southgate, we're going to have to look out for that one. We've also got one of our favourites, Sam Knight, out there sporting his very, very familiar headband. He'll be looking to carry on his good form towards the end of the season. And if you follow us on social media, you may have seen one of our posts recently around Jordan Torilla, who is the men's second team captain and also the men's club captain for the club. You may, if you haven't seen that post, check it out. It's really, really interesting to see what Jordan does before his pre-match routine, as an example. You will also see he's in the blue t-shirt at the moment, but that is Zach Taylor. Now, the name may ring a bell because his brother Luke Taylor is a very, 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 very famous hockey player and plays for Surbiton at the moment. So he will see if he can bring those family genes, and hopefully he can put in a big performance for them today. Number 21, you have Josh Green. It's really good to see him back in action after a pretty serious injury that's taken him out for most of the season. So it's a real pleasure to see him back on the field and working his way back into a little bit of form. Talking of up-and-coming stars, to round off the team this afternoon, we have Angus playing in the middle. Again, he has an absolutely unbelievable backhand, so hopefully he can whip one of those into the side netting today. We also have Freddie. Freddie is part of our East Grinstead TA, and he's working his way up the team. So had some really, really strong performances in the second 11 this year, and is looking to continue that form in the semi-finals. As the umpires blow a 2-minute call ready for this afternoon's action. We are just moments away from pushback. As I mentioned briefly earlier, you can now see on your screen Chris Vallis-Wilson with our club chairman flying the big banner for EG this afternoon. As the sun has managed to break through that brief bit of cloud cover, it is now bright and sunny and a perfect day for hockey here at St Hill. Good luck to both teams as they make their final preparations ready for the pushback. After playing in a few of these games myself, I know that this is the most nervous time for both sets of players. There's just those moments for pushback, butterflies in the stomach, anticipation, adrenaline running. Let's see who makes the best of the first 15 minutes and puts their stamp on this game. Best of luck to both teams as we prepare for pushback. Okay, both teams are ready to go. It looks like it's Southgate to push back. These Grinstead have been preparing, I know, very, very hard for this game, very, very intensely. They're going to be really wanting to make the most of all their opportunities that come their way this afternoon. The first whistle goes and we are off here at St Hill. And Southgate immediately go to air and look to put pressure on to the EG defence. That's very, very well controlled there by Josh Green. As EG find their first moments of possession on the ball, Southgate choose to have a little bit more of a compact press here, as we see, more on the half-court mark, making it very difficult for EG to break them down early on. I'm sure we'll see them be more and more aggressive as EG look to move the ball and manipulate people, and Keith Turner looks to go to air as well, but unfortunately doesn't quite catch it. As Southgate now try to play out of defence, and there is a lot of aerial balls going up first, and that might be a little bit of a theme through today, and the umpire thinks he was not 5 yards there. One of the young lads, Freddie Kay, was looking to play on to, I believe that's Angus over the other side, but it doesn't quite make it. Let's see how EG set up in their press this afternoon as Southgate have their first 16. So EG slightly higher than Southgate here. It's pretty regulation height for EG, especially in the start of the game. Looking like a 4-3-3 formation to press in for East Grinstead in a zonal shape. Southgate very good at moving the ball, but some really good pressure on early here, and that's really unfortunate there from Freddie Cable as he puts in a good tackle, but Southgate look to play quickly. Another good tackle. That's a great tackle from captain Jordan Torilla there. But unfortunately it is passed back and it's turned over. Southgate look more settled as we head through these first couple of minutes, and they look like more calm and collected on the ball. As always, the first few moments of a game like this are always very touchy and very nerve-wracking for all players involved. But Josh Green is somebody who's was very calm until he runs into that flat stick there. As Southgate have the first entry into the D this afternoon. That's a very well whipped ball and very well dealt with there by Jack Edgerton in goal. Southgate putting some very high pressure on there, looking to do well. He's right on the edge of the circle. He's picked someone out early in, and it is an early short corner inside the first 3 minutes here for Southgate. There's a really strong start for them, and that's exactly the sort of thing that they were going to be looking for. So, as Southgate line up to take their first short corner, you could hazard a guess here that they would go for a straight flick first off, which would not be a shock this early in the game especially. EG's short corner defence team line up on the goal line, ready to go. Some very big units in that goal. Zach Taylor very good at running down. It's injected out. It's injected out very well, and it's a huge save on the line from Josh Green. That was 6 runs there on the back foot. Great pull shot there from Josh Green. Southgate will feel unlucky and very hard done by there. That's a fantastic pick. CG look to press out and put some pressure on Southgate. Very quick at running through. This left half is very good. That's a very awkward ball, but it falls into a bit of space. And the man of the moment so far, Josh Green, is looking to pick up the ball, but unfortunately he just rolls off the sideline and it's into an open circle. EG are scrambling for the defence here, and they do manage to make the tackle on the edge of the circle. Nervy moments here for East Grinstead. Big pressure here from Southgate early on. Can they make anything of it? Good pressure there by Luke Leman. Big lead there, get rolled into the circle. Can they win something? They're looking to win another short corner. Jack puts it down. That's another good pick, and it's a long corner. EG have their backs against the wall. Just need to set themselves down here. Things seem a little bit frantic early on, and they just need to make sure that they understand their roles and that they're communicating amongst each other just to see out this early period of pressure. And that's a slip, Gerrard-esque, and it's Sam Knight that managed to win the ball, and it's using his speed down this left-hand side as 2 players. That's very well played and showing his experience there, just to pop it on a foot and make sure that EG keep possession. Now, EG's turn now to just have a little bit of time on the ball, to spend a little bit of time in possession, try and manipulate Southgate around here. Keith Turner doing very well. That's a very good lead into the circle. Unfortunately, not trapped. Looking to play forward. Oh, that's very well played there by Southgate into the pocket, through onto their outside forward. Played a bit of a loose ball across the circle there, and is able to go for an EG 16. Southgate sticking in there, more condensed press. Not looking to be overly active up front here, to try and split the play. Looking to choose their moment as Keith Turner does another aerial, but picks out the holding midfielder for Southgate. As they now break away, this is looking dangerous here, especially if he goes onto his backhand. Doesn't quite go early enough, and that is a fantastic tackle by Keith Turner there to put his body on the line and get a huge piece of the ball there. Very well played. Martin looking very, very calm and collected on the ball here. EG just happy enough to just sit on the ball here and happy enough just to make Southgate work a little bit. Southgate now have to make a decision. It's an unfortunate ball there, trying to play through the lines. And this is where Southgate looked dangerous in the first few minutes. Some big tackles coming in from both fullbacks. Oh, that's a bit of a fishing tackle there, but Angus manages to break through, and the umpire brings it back for the foul, rightly so. Keith Turner looking to go to air again. He does. And so that's a very, very well trapped ball from Sam Knight. Lost Richards just gets pinched there right on the edge of the circle. Can Southgate look to counter-attack here? They can't. And EG are very, very fortunate there. Loz just turning around to the umpire a little bit quickly and not continuing to play. But it's worked out. It's worked out okay for EG. As the first round of substitutes come onto your into your picture for East Grinstead. It looks like a full front three change, and that's a very good lead from Will Denny, but a little bit of a communication error there between himself and Sam means the ball goes out for a Southgate 16. You may, some of you, if you are watching, may recognise Mr. Denny from our resident teacher from Bramblety, representing his school today. Very, very good press in here for EG, but Southgate managed to play beautifully out of it. And they are very on a roll down this right-hand side as Zach Taylor puts in a blocking tackle. Not quite Luke Taylor-esque there, I would say, more Zach Taylor-esque, but he manages to break the play down nonetheless. Very, very well cut out. It means EG are disciplined in their lines and very well held onto there by Sam Knight, but it's given away again. EG are just giving the ball away a little bit loosely here. Not managing to keep possession. Double turnovers are going to be really, really key, and they could be really hurt. EG's turn now to sit in and try and make Southgate play through them, in which they do. Very, very good leading from the Southgate forwards in the first part of this game, as we are now 10 minutes into this first half, and it has been a bit of an end-to-end game. I'd say Southgate have had the best of the first 10 minutes, and he's made it into the circle, but I'm not quite sure what the umpire has seen there. Maybe I do need my glasses cleaning slightly, but it is an EG ball. As another young member of the EG second 11 comes onto the field, Luca Jones, who's some fantastic hands. So look out for him. Look out for him turning people inside out this afternoon and hopefully winning a few corners. Very good to air ball. Very good. Oh, but Sam very, very calmly and picks up the ball. And the umpire's given a 16. I was thinking he was going to put his arm up for a long corner there. There's a little bit of a scramble at the back, but it is an EG 16. Very good by Loz Richards. He is a textbook receive and roll there, as Luca Jones gets his first touches on the ball this afternoon. Keith Turner looking to test those aerial receives by Southgate again, and yet they do deal with them, or have dealt with them so far, very, very well. As a number 41 on the middle of your screen, that is unfortunate. That was a lot of stick involved in that tackle, to be fair. So depends what happened first, but it's a Southgate ball. EG are starting to warm into the game now. They're starting to put a little bit of pressure on. They've settled their nerves, it seems, and that they're looking to start playing. As we've still got 23 minutes left in this half. Still a long way to go. It feels like I should be having a break by now, but not quite. As Southgate again are very good at winning the fouls here, and they are very good at continuing to keep EG on the back foot. Very good at playing quickly, and we talk about when we're coaching, the first 3 seconds is key, getting the ball down and playing, and they are very, very good at that at the start of this afternoon. Sam Knight, that's twice now that Sam's unfortunately had some space on this left-hand side, but not been able to then play forward, as EG unfortunately spooned the ball off the sideline for a Southgate ball. Neither team can really have a long spell in possession here. Probably that's the nature of this sort of game, especially in these type of circumstances. It's a bit, you're obviously still a bit nervous inside the first half, and stringing a few passes together is key to be able to be feeling like you're in the game. Freddie Cable makes EG's first. That's a very, very well done across. That's very good. Oh, it's a U-shape, but it's a goal by Will Denny, who absolutely forward drives it into the backboard. Very, very good there from EG. Freddie Cable's done extremely well to work his way down that left-hand side and then put the ball across. Class. Very good start from EG. Hopefully that will definitely settle their nerves and they can start to twist the screw. That'll be a right punch in the diaphragm there for Southgate. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond. And what are EG going to do in the next 10 minutes? Are they going to push on and find another goal, see if they can go into the half-time break at least 2 up? Or are they going to sit back and consolidate what they have so far? The game's being played at fantastic pace so far this afternoon. And hopefully both teams can keep this up as we continue. It is a foul given away in the middle of the field there. Bit of a loose bit of possession, but well mopped up again by Freddie Cable to stop the advance. But Southgate will be really, really itching here to get another shot on target and see if they can level the scoreline before we get near those half-time break minutes. Southgate very comfortable moving around the ball around the back, and they've done that very, very well so far in this first half, and that is find the forwards from their fullbacks, being able to move the ball around the back, playing forward to one of their highest men. Haven't quite made it into the circle, but that's very, very promising for them. They shouldn't get overdone, but Freddie maybe he's managed to get what's huge ball. Oh, what's going to happen here is it scrambles around Will Denny again, and it's hit a foot. That's so unfortunate. There was a lot of stick noise coming from there. It was hard to see whose was who from up here in the commentary box. The umpire believes it was a East Grinstead foul. But that is the danger. That is the danger that Keith Turner holds, is that he can aerial the ball the length of the pitch, and he can pick people out on a dime, just like that. Southgate on this right-hand side in front of the dugouts. That's another very, very good ball. It's, I'm not quite sure what the umpire's seen there. It's coming together between both a Southgate player and an EG player, and the Southgate player ends up on the floor with a little bit of a cry and a scream. But they do manage to come away with the ball. This is a dangerous area to have a foul inside 5. But very, very good early pressure here from East Grinstead. Some lovely hands there by the Southgate right half. But EG managed to push them out, and they have managed to win the ball. That's very, very well done But the umpire just a bit keen on the whistle there. To the EG players, not too happy with the opportunity that they may have presented. But from my instinct there, 1 on 3, I think that was not necessarily the worst decision in the world for the umpire to blow the whistle there, because it means that EG do get to keep the ball. Thanks for the shout out there, Mr. Faustish, and thanks for getting involved. If you are watching and you'd like to get involved in the chat in any type of way, if you've got any questions, even about the game of hockey, I will do my best to answer them. Please feel free to drop a comment. As I take you back to the action, James Mott has been sent off. That is a 2-minute card. I'm not quite sure that. Bit of a swinging tackle, maybe he didn't like that. I have been informed that actually, sorry, I missed that. He did hit the ball away afterwards to stop a Southgate advantage. So that's a very, very cynical foul, and you get cards for a reason for that. Southgate now look to make advantage of their player advantage, as EG now will sink one in, and they'll only play 2 up front, and that is absolutely fantastic work from Luca Jones. But unfortunately, it's a Southgate ball. He win it on the edge. It's played through. It's collected at the back post by Sam Knight, who's not looking to rush here. Southgate look to put some pressure on. There's two guys in the corner there. Now I'm telling you from knowing Sam Knight, he will be more than happy to do exactly that. Wait for the dive. Thank you very much. 16 yards. Southgate looking to continue their process and believe in their structure and holding a little bit deeper. As EG now knowing that they're winning the game, they don't need to go chasing, although 1-0 is also a very, very precarious scoreline, let's say, because it is. That's another failed area, unfortunately, for Keith Turney. He just hasn't quite found his range yet this afternoon, as Southgate look to break forward with pace, and this is something they've looked very, very dangerous in doing. But EG mop up brilliantly. That is absolutely fantastic from the youngster again. Sam Knight goes down, the Scotsman, down this left-hand side, and he yet again manages to pick out a foot or keep the ball for EG. He's done that a few times now and having some real success using his speed down this left-hand side. So Southgate are going to have to worry about that and maybe fix that at half-time. So we have 15 minutes to go, says the scoreboard to my left. Very, very good aerial into a bit of space. Some of the fans to my right-hand side feel that the whistle shouldn't have blown there, but it was going on for a 16 either way. So EG have struggled to defend in the middle of the park so far this afternoon, but they've done really well in and around their 25, just 5 yards across their 25. They've done extremely well to put pressure on the ball. Well, that is a very quick thinking there by Martin, the guy took it and he just posted it. Who poked it onto the Southgate foot, excuse me. He poked it onto the Southgate foot there and managed to win a foul. But EG are now back up to 11 players after that cynical green card foul, which I'm sure Mr. James Mott will be ridiculed for in the bar afterwards. Good by James Mott, but he picks out a flat stick. But manages to somehow make it back as Jordan Torilla, the captain, plays the ball across. Southgate look very calm on the ball here, looking to try and play their way out of trouble. That's a very, very, very nice set of hands to turn EG inside out. And this looks dangerous here. Okay. Oh, and it's a poor mistrap. There we go. They were 5 on 3 there, really, with EG recovering 1. So that was a real big opportunity there for Southgate. They won't be too happy with that one. As Zach Taylor now is made his way to right fullback with alongside Keith Turner, which means Josh Green is taking a break for the next few minutes. And Freddie Cable, after a little bit of a spell on the bench, looks to try and open up something, which he does. He manages to win the foul and gets the ball going nice and quickly. Good lead out to the right-hand side from Angus, who's looking to show some really good hands. But Southgate defend extremely well, and that's a very, very good tackle through the legs there. As the sun shines brightly here on East Grinstead, they're going to be hoping that it continues to do so. As Zach Taylor looks to play the ball into the circle, onto the backhand for Jordan Lewis, smashing it across, and Luke Leman tips the ball over the goalkeeper that is heading towards the ground. That is a super, super bit of hockey there. From the back, EG play it in. They play, and Jordan Triller picks it up, winds up on the backhand. And one of our resident favourites, Luke Leman, manages to put himself on the score sheet. And a very questionable celebration there from Luke, which is always to be expected. So there we go. EG now 2-0 up, and Southgate have got to reply here in some sort of fashion. Both teams have been very good at going forwards. Oh, and that's poor. Hits him Oh, I'm not quite sure what's going on here. I think the umpire think that was a foot, and he's asked Southgate to almost go and play again from where it originally was. Good. That's a good shot across, but he backs out of it on the back post. So unfortunately can't get the ball in, and the umpire has given a long corner here, discussing with his other umpire down the other end. Very good leading. Unfortunately, Southgate, as I mentioned previously, have been extremely good at their leads this afternoon, especially in and around the circle into that 5-yard mark. But unfortunately, just haven't quite managed to make the most of it. They haven't managed to trap the ball enough as of yet this afternoon in dangerous areas, or create enough clear-cut chances where East Grinstead have just managed to work themselves into the game here. They've managed to soak up a little bit of pressure. They've broke forward with pace, and they've managed to create themselves some fantastic opportunities. And yet again, they're looking to do it again here, and they have. And Will Denny edges one to slip there as I continue the cricket puns for this afternoon. Now, I'm happy to say that the umpires have got this area rule down today. They've done extremely well to monitor this area rule, and better than I've seen in other games previously. So, for a credit to them. They've just unfortunately just a bit of communication, and the umpire wants to have a quick chat with the Southgate captain. So we're inside the last 10 minutes of this first half. I must say, it's commentary. This feels a very, very long half for me up here, as I've normally had a break by now. But as we digress, Loss Richards really putting in some big tackles, making sure they put some huge pressure, and he has. That is very, very well played there by EG's number 8, who's done a fantastic job to win possession there for East Grinstead. As Keith sends the ball over to the other side, showing his power and precision. It managed to. There was a bit of a diving tackle in there from Southgate. These tackles are gonna come in thick and fast, I feel, from now onwards from both teams. As Jordan Torilla does, and East Grinstead get their first corner of this afternoon, and this is somewhere where they excel. This is somewhere that. You're right there, Jason. I have just put a lot of pressure on Mr. Turner at the top of the circle here, but I must say he does have the track record to back it up. So let's see if EG can put themselves 3 goals in front before the half-time break and put themselves in a very, very commanding position going into the second half. As they look to inject, EG inject to the top of the circle. It is going to go to Keith Turner, but unfortunately that is a early injectors. The ejector's gone, so there's an early break there from the EG line, and we just had to now change injectors. Okay, and now it's James Mort to inject this time. It does go back out to Keith Turner, who flicks it. Oh, that's a very, very good flick, and it is another corner. So East Grinstead now lining up for their third go at this short corner, and it's misinjected. So how are EG going to deal with this? And they somehow nearly fluke it into the back post, but unfortunately not quite the original one from the training ground, I expect. So very, very good pressure again, but Southgate, they've done very well at things like this where they play through the lines. And Martin managed to put his body on the line and win the foul for East Grinstead. 6.5 minutes to go in this first half. EG in a very, very commanding position at this stage of the game. Southgate, you're going to have to regroup here at half-time and really, really think about how they're going to go and put EG under pressure. For me personally, if I was a Southgate here, and I'd do exactly what they've just tried to do there, and that is put themselves under EG a little bit of pressure. Which again works out because EG have had to play the ball forward and they pick it up. Oh, a little bit slippery. And a blind ball played across the middle of the park there as Freddie Cable just very calmly and beautifully plays the ball. And the umpire has seen something there that we haven't over here in the commentary box. I think that might have been a third party obstruction, apologies. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, Southgate come away with the ball. They look to play again into the circle. This is what they've done very well, and they misfire that ball into the D. That's easy. You've really got to be careful about that. Putting pressure on the ball carrier, frontal pressure on the ball carrier, is key to stop those balls coming in. There's only so many that are going to go past the back post, over a stick, before they pick someone out on the P spot who's managing to put it through Jack Edgerton. But that will be a half-time debate, I am sure. Very, very... Oh, Martin. Oh, the Southgate. I feel there was actually a Southgate have a shout for a foul there as Martin does go straight through the back of him. And Freddie Cable, again, using his skill to turn 3 Southgate players inside out there and puts it on a foot. So here we go, EG again, just more than happy to sit on the ball here. Southgate are being a little bit more aggressive now, trying to choose when they go and put pressure on EG and split the ball. That's a very, very safe and very good interception, and the umpires have picked that extremely well. So the scoreboard to my left says 2-0 to East Grinstead and 4 minutes to go as Keith Turner plays a lovely ball to this left-hand side, and EG have their own good set of good leading. Unfortunately not quite played into the circle well enough, and it comes off of Luke Leman who gives away Southgate ball. It's the Southgate captain now aerials the ball and does their own key turner. That's a very, very good pick on the above the head on the backhand. And the umpire has give a short corner. The umpire has given a short corner. I believe by the judging by the shout of some of the people down on pitch side, he has given a short corner for deliberately being inside 5 to the receiver on an aerial inside the 25. I've not even seen that in the Premier League game. So where that umpire's pulled from. Now, I'm not going to talk about the aerial rule again. From what I understand, I'm still in trouble from the last time. So I will keep quiet as much as possible. But that was the wrong decision, unfortunately. And he's aerialed it, and he's flicked it, but it's not quite come off, and it's given another corner. The umpires really need to get control of the game here. This is where it could get a little bit spicy, and it will continue to get even more heated as the clock ticks down towards the end of this fixture. It's important to keep the game in good repute here. It's injected, and it is going to be another flick, and another very, very good run down, and a huge deflect there from Zach Taylor. Oh, that's horrible ball, but it's a brilliant chat for Freddie Gable as EG now to look to capitalise on Southgate being very, very lazy on. Oh, that's a very, very, very important tackle to stop EG having a free pass into the circle. Josh Green very calmly plays the ball away and plays the ball to Solly out on there. Unfortunately, it's not quite Solly Marsh, but our own very own Solly. That's very good. That's very good from East Grinstead. Inside the last 2 minutes, the clock to my left is stopped on the 2 minute mark. So it's now up to the umpire's discretion on when this first half ends. Now, as we do come to the end of the first half, I would obviously EG are going to be the happier of the two going into the break, but I don't think it's been necessarily completely plain sailing for East Grinstead here. They have given away some important chances. I wouldn't say clear cut, but some important chances for Southgate that haven't quite really capitalised on that. But as I said previously, there's only so many that will go wide of the post, and one will eventually nestle in if you keep giving away chances like that. But East Grinstead, as you'd expect, in no rush here to be playing the ball quickly. That's a very good ball in, and it's a foot. Oh, that's a good cut out by Freddie. There cannot be long left. Seconds in this half. If Southgate could get something right at the end here, that will really inspire them for this second half, and it will really inspire them to come out fighting. Can they make something happen? Their leading has been very strong. That's a very good tackle by Sam Knight, and Solly is very... And there we go. Oh, apologies. I thought he was blowing the half-time whistle. He's not. It is a foul for East Grinstead. As he manages, Sam Knight, very, very calmly done. Oh, he slips over, he looks to play the ball. Freddie Cable on the far side is not happy about that. And good battle. It's really hard, I must say, to keep the commentary flowing for either team, because both teams give away the ball very, very quickly here. They're not spending a decent amount of time in possession. EG have done better as the half has gone on. Southgate started the half very well. And there is your half-time whistle. Thank you for joining us for this first half. I will be back in just a moment. We are going to take a short break, and I will be back with you in a moment. And I would like to welcome you back to the second half here at Saint Hill between East Grinstead men's second 11 and Southgate men's second 11. If you're only just tuning in or just joining us, it is 2-0 to East Grinstead at the half-time break. The umpire has just blown the whistle to hurry both sides up as EG are now just coming out of their huddle. Southgate are going to have to come out of the starting blocks in the second half extremely fast. East Grinstead are not going to look to panic. They are 2 goals to the good. But as a coach myself, I hate a 2-goal scoreline. It's a very, very precarious position to be in. 1 goal can really change the atmosphere of the game. So Southgate will be looking to make sure that they get the goal early in this second half to put some pressure on East Grinstead as both teams are now ready to play, as EG have pushed back in the second half in your white and blue, going to left to right of your screen. Southgate in the red and black, going from right to left now in this second half. Early, very good lead by Luca Jones, and it's a very, very good ball down to Will Dunn. He doesn't choose to trap the ball and chooses to try and deflect it in instead. And Southgate managed to draw the foul. So as we start and go into the first few minutes of this second half, both teams will be very, very settled into the game now, and both teams will be looking to really keep their pace going forward. Southgate choosing to pick up the ball there and give it back to Ichi. Very, very early to do that in the second half. So that kind of shows their intent going forwards. There's a bit of a loose ball here by Keith Turner. And can Southgate fashion something here? And they do, over to the right-hand side of the circle, but it's a mistrap and it goes too wide. But they manage to win the corner. Very, very, very nice hands there from the Southgate right winger. And as we go to our short corner, apologies for not mentioning this sooner, but Chapter 1 restaurants are the sponsors of our short corner programme. So a massive thank you to them for continued support here at East Grinstead. As Southgate now line up for, I believe, their 4th corner attempt of the afternoon. And he... it's found him. Unfortunately, it's gone for a double foul, so Southgate are going to have another go at it. A young Michael Lewis has popped himself in the chat. Thank you, Mike, for tuning in. And we all miss you here, and we hope you're having a fantastic trip around the other side of the world. But thanks for tuning in and supporting the boys. I'm sure they will all send their best. As Southgate now looking to see if they can get something to work from his short corners. They've gone for a routine this time, and it's very, very well blocked. And it's a long corner. EG's short corner defence have been fantastic this afternoon so far, and they've dealt with everything extremely well. Run down, and then the routine there. EG's defence, especially their one-on-one defence, has been very, very good this afternoon so far. And both teams have missed it. What is going to happen here? The umpire is going to give a EG ball. Southgate extremely unhappy with that decision. I'm not quite sure the umpire knew what to do there, so he just carried on playing the game, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Very, very well disguised pass there by James Mott, showing his class. EG, this would have been part of my halftime tea talk if I was coach today's. Keep hold of the ball, oh dear. Commentator's curse there as Southgate managed to break forwards. Very, very good hands, and that is a big tackle, and it's just a foul. Just a foul. No short corner there. Josh Green was very, very planted. I would be if I was in a Southgate shirt right now, I would be very unhappy that that was not given as a short corner. Working hard to get out to this left-hand side, a near side dugout, and EG do very, very well to deal with it. It's Luca Jones, some of the best hands on the field at the moment, just worms his way out very expertly for such a young man, and he manages to get himself back on the ball here, breaking down this right-hand side, and yet again does another one. 1, 2, 3, and wins ball. Very, very well played, Luca Jones. Very, very well done, young man. Standard of hockey in this game so far has been an absolute joy to watch. Just in the sunshine, and Keith Turner plays a bit of a loose ball into, but deals with it extremely well. As Southgate look to play early here, this is something they've done very well, and they'd be part of my team. Talk to them at the halftime break. Keep playing early, keep trying to play, and don't let EG have time to set up. EG's discipline and defence has been very good up until this point, but they've just let him walk into the circle, and a very, very good pick defending his feet there, Jordan Torilla. Very good ball in, and this is the chance that they're going to get. Oh, and it's just fizzed by the outside of the post. I mentioned it in the first half. It is, EG can't keep letting that happen. At some point, one will nestle in the corner. Whether the score is 2-0, whether the score is 2-2, it is going to be problematic. The Southgate now look to be very, very aggressive in their press, but EG very calmly playing into their guard position, and managed to play the ball out to the left-hand side. Time has been switched off for the ball going outside of the playing area. Umpire just restarting the time. Very, very good hands here by the left half of Southgate, and he's dribbling back through the centre of the field, and it is going to be a card. And EG are now going to fall back into their compact defences. This is the second time they've got a card. The umpires here, consistency is key. As a player, to keep the game flowing, to make sure you keep both teams on side, consistency is key. If the umpire's going to set something to happen there, then they're going to really, they've just set a precedent, in my opinion, here. And that means that they need to be making sure that, that they're fair and across the board. And umpires they've got to deal with this now, because they've got people screaming at them, and unfortunately the umpires are letting it happen a little bit here, and this is how you lose control of the game. Back to my earlier point. As Southgate captain is still persisting, even though they now have the short corner, he is still persisting that he needs to have a word with the umpire here. Hopefully we can go playing. And now EG are down to 10 players for the next 2 minutes, and they've done very well to deal with it here. Zach Taylor, can he find a foot? And they've played the ball off the sideline. No rush here for East Grinstead to work down the clock, so they can go back to being 11 versus 11. And Solly managed to keep the ball on the pitch. He's inside the dugout, and that's very, very, very well worked. Move yourself up, East Grinstead here. Use the time. It's always difficult being a player down. And it's off the baseline for a 16. EG really need to work hard to get back in here, otherwise they are going to be struggling with only 2 up front. This is where they're going to be dangerous here. I was just saying that EG need to drop in here, because with a player down, if you go chasing the ball, they will just pick the space that one person has left. It might not seem obvious at the moment, but when they score that goal, it is obvious to where they have left the space. as James manages to deal with a bit of a mistrap and under a lot of pressure from the Southgate players on that far side of the field, but manages to do very well and win an EG side. Keith Turner here will look to go to air, which he does, and Sam Knight over his shoulder is never getting there, unfortunately. It doesn't matter who you are. That was a very, very flat, hard-driven aerial. Southgate looking to play quickly here again, and EG are now back up to 11 players, which will make them a little bit more comfortable. It means that they can push out from this half-court press at the moment. EG putting very, very good pressure on here. It's incredibly difficult to trap the ball, especially a bouncing one when you've got somebody breathing down your neck. So EG have been very, very good at doing that this afternoon. Southgate have been very good at playing forward, so it's been a very interesting battle so far. And as we can see by the scoreline, EG are currently on top. And Josh Green unfortunately gives the ball away. And East Grinstead have been allowed to play. That was very dubious because that was a fair few yards from where it was, where the foul was. But unfortunately, it's not gone too much for to anything really for EG. Very, very good press. EG are waiting for it to go in there. That is the beauty of the zonal press. And EG managed to get a soft foul of their own now. Sam Knight winds up on the backhand, and that is a backstick. As you can see that by the loop of the ball. Veers it cleanly. It's a very, very clean strike. Los Richards looks to plan to intercept the ball. But, that's a very, very good press there by the Southgate number 50. And Josh Green mops up, as he has done for the vast majority of this game so far. Although, unfortunately, he's now on his haunches, which, unfortunately, hopefully doesn't mean that Josh Green is now injured or suffering with that previous injury. And that is a very, very unfortunate there from Southgate. For me, I love a shave tackle. And for me, that is the definition of a shave tackle. The umpires never seem to like it. Interesting conversation, that one. As Josh Green gets himself back on the ball, he's looking a little bit freer now, but he's looking to show his hands through the centre of the field, and he manages to do it extremely well and win himself a foul. So Josh Green needed to get off the field there rather quickly, so everyone's hoping that he's okay. I'm sorry, but that is a card. That he's left his feet there. All right. And well played, Luca Jones, as the Southgate captain goes absolutely through him. EG are really unlucky there not to be a player up, because the leaving your feet, definition of the rules, is a yellow card. And once again, our short corner sponsor for East Grinstead is Chapter 1 Restaurants. So very, very massive thanks to Mr. Faustish there. So EG wind up ready for a short corner. Keith Turner at the top of the circle with a couple of deflectors on the right. Freddie Cable for the slip for the left. Let's see what happens here. And I'm sure they're going to go straight for it, which they do. And the keeper, it comes off the inside of his left foot and goes wide of the goal. So very, very close to squeezing through the gap there. Very well picked up by Southgate there as they come through the centre of the field, and EG break down the play again. and get themselves into a very, very good shape. Sorry, excuse me. Southgate managed to make themselves away into the circle. Very, very good tackle on the backhand pick there by Keith Turner. Very, very long wingspan that man has. So that was a bit of a slip there, but the umpires have decided to carry on playing. It was accidental, that one there. Well, I really hope it was, because that was an awful tackle. The umpire and the EG bench once again in hot discussion around what is happening in the game. Keith Turner showing his slapping speed and accuracy. And Southgate are really looking to put pressure on East Grinstead here, and it gives a loose ball away, and EG are a little bit slow to react to it. And that's a very good pick on the backhand by Freddie Cable. And it's a scramble, 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 and EG somehow come away with the ball there. We're 15 minutes into this second half. EG are still 2 goals to the good. The more and more this time goes on, the more and more Southgate we really, really itching to get one of the goals back, at least to put a little bit of pressure on East Grinstead. The more this game goes on for them, the calmer and they will feel, hopefully, and the easier they will be to find each other's passes. As they look to work their way down the far side of your screen. And Luca Jones has some very nice hands, but an even better tackle from the Southgate player there, as Keith Turner looks to mop up. As Luca, very, very well done. The umpires here, again, need to stick their consistency, because that was a card down the other end of the field. So it's important that they keep that consistency of a player to keep control of the game, is very key. Okay, and it is a Southgate ball. I thought he'd come off there for a long corner, but the umpire seems to disagree with me and has given it to Southgate. That's probably why he's umpiring and I am not. Oh, and that's poked up into the face of Keith Turner, who is as hard as a coffin nail, so that won't have phased him in the slightest. As our resident Scotsman is now down the left-hand side of the field, just in no rush to necessarily go forwards, as Southgate looking to... And they do tackle the ball off of the baseline. And Sam Knight very cheekily tries to go and get himself a long corner, but he has a sideline instead. And he's, again, more than happy to just sit in the corner here. Southgate are just going to dive in, and they're going to try and do things like that. And it is a corner! And Southgate are going absolutely crazy here. Going absolutely crazy. And he's changed his decision. The umpires have been talking, they've changed their decision. After all that time, they've decided to change their decision. That's a very, very off his feet kind of tackle. The crowd now getting involved as well. I can really see where this game is going. And I called it in the first half. The umpires had to keep control of the game, and they have to be consistent. And unfortunately, where they've made some errors here, it is not been consistent, which is where the game is starting to lead to. I didn't notice Dan Faulkner on the sideline for East Grinstead today. As you may well know, Dan is a very, very popular member of our men's first team, and he's looking to share some knowledge with the second team this afternoon. Zach Taylor showing a little bit of Luke Taylor-esque here, and the consistency. EG have been sent off twice for that exact thing now. And I hate to say it, I'm really sorry because I know I am East Grinstead, but that is really poor from the umpires there. As EG look to settle down, we head with 16 minutes on the clock to my left, as Keith Turner just really hasn't found his aerial capabilities today, and has picked out another Southgate player. And EG looking to put pressure on Southgate, playing through the lines very, very well. And they're looking to play the ball forwards. They need to get something here now in the next couple of minutes to make sure that they can give themselves a good shot at this game, in which they work something onto this right-hand side. That's a very, very good pick. Oh, and he's gone for a stick block, and the umpire has picked the stick block and given it EG's way. I'm not entirely sure there. I gotta be honest, I potentially would have gone with the Southgate short corner rather than an EG ball out. But I suppose that is the luck of the game. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Josh Green picks out a Southgate player here. This is where it's dangerous. It's 4v4 inside the circle. And Jack Edgerton, what a fantastic pick there by Martin. Instead of picking it with his teeth, somehow gets it on his handle. And again, looking to show some elimination expertise, and Southgate managed to get themselves into the circle. That is a huge, huge flat stick tackle, and it is a long corner. It is really starting to heat up as we head into the final 15 minutes of this game. EG will be really, really desperate to keep Southgate out here. Southgate will be looking to really make sure that they put something in. That's a very, very dangerous ball across the circle with a diving a deflection attempt. Jack Edgerton read that brilliantly, looked at the ball, made sure there was no contact, and just let it go into the goal. Very, very experienced play there from Jack in goal. Hasn't had too much to do in the way of saves this afternoon, but he will, I'm sure, by the end of this game, as Freddie Cable looks to play Will Denny into this right-hand corner. Will Denny's looking to go across the circle. Great ball in. Angus to score. Oh, he's missed. That was a huge opportunity for EG to seal this game, to put themselves in the final, but unfortunately it has not quite come to anything there. And that's Sam Knight screaming for the ball, not getting it. Keith Turner plays into Angus again. This is a guy with a great backhand. He plays a good ball across, but the keeper managed to deal with it expertly. The keeper dealt with it there. Dave Thompson-esque, I would say. If you know Dave Thompson, he's a lifelong goalkeeper here at the club, and he's one of the best keepers that we have. As EG managed to get up the ball again. And oh, that's a great touch here. Jordan Torilla looking to go into the circle. Oh, and he's not picked out Will Denny. Huge moments inside the last 15 minutes of this game. It is key for either side to get for the win here, to get something else on the scoreboard. Oh, dear me. And the umpire giving a very, very strong whistle there, but refusing to get his cards out of his pocket once again. And Josh Green looking to go. That's a very, very, very good ball down to the right-hand side. Freddie Cable, again, dodging sticks left, right, and centre. And manages to win the ball back to Lodge. That's, there's a few chops there. I can hear the sticks from up here. So that's very, very well done to keep possession of the ball for East Grinstead. damn it, I do apologise. Will Denny has just scored for East Grinstead, and to make it 3-0. I was going absolutely crazy and the mic was off. How embarrassing was that? Very, very, very well done from East Grinstead. Very scrambly there in the circle. Southgate have got a mountain to climb. It was a great first save by the keeper, but Will Denny, the cricketer that he is, on the backhand, just absolutely drives it into the bottom corner and puts EG in a very, 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 very feisty there from the Southgate player. I mean, I wouldn't be too happy if I was 3-0 down to either, to be honest with you, but... Great tackle there, strong tackle from Keith Turner. And, Southgate are really going more frantic now than it is intensity. So let's see if they're going to have to throw everything to it now. As Southgate managed to win the ball back, they just haven't created enough. EG's one-on-one defence has been absolutely sensational this afternoon. As Luca Jones looks to play Sam Knight into the corner. Very, very well done to dive and stop the ball from going out. As Luca Jones is again going to go through. Oh, and he's given it for, I believe that was for third-party obstruction. Lozovic is on the side of the pitch being very, very, very enthusiastic. And it's aerialed in, and Jack. Oh, and it's on the volley, and he's hit the near post. A miscommunication there between Jack, Josh, and Keith and the back. That could have been devastating, but unfortunately, fortunately, it's not come to anything. And that's kind of been the story of Southgate's afternoon, unfortunately. Is that they've been nearly there, but it's not quite come to anything concrete. That's a very, very, very good tackle there from Keith, who's a huge unit. And Sam Knight looks to play down this left-hand side. It's now 3-on-3 going into the circle. Sam Knight picks it again. That's a huge tackle there by the Southgate defender. And this the lad that's on the ball now, number 21 for Southgate, has been absolutely superb with his hands and playing and dribbling out of the back. So real credit to him this afternoon, because he's caused EG some real problems. Southgate make its way down. Oh, and that's another mistrap. Just very, very, very unfortunate for them. As EG look to calmly play out the ball now. There's no need to rush here for East Grinstead. But yeah, Luke Leman showing his experience, using his huge stature to be able to protect the ball there for an EG sideline. On the clock to my left, 8 minutes and 45 seconds to go. It's going to be a very, very difficult last 8.5 minutes for Southgate. We're going to ask the impossible of them. Can they get themselves back into this game? Can they get themselves in a position where they can fight to see if they can take this game into a little bit further, into shuffles or flicks? And that will be the least that they could hope for at this point in time. But as it stands, EG are playing some lovely hockey now, being able to play through the lines beautifully. And Southgate looks to play the ball across the back, look to open up the EG right-hand side. And there's a very, very, very good pick by the umpire there. And Southgate are taking the keeper off. They are taking the keeper off when EG have the ball. That is, that's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Normally you do take the keeper off when you have the ball, but not when you leave your goal exposed. So an interesting decision there from Southgate. Let's see if it pays off for them. Let's see if they can full press now, and they can go full man-to-man, and they still have a spare. So that is the idea of that. And giving the ball straight to them is not the way to give it to defend against a team with a player advantage. Remember, defense is the best. Offense is the best form of defense. As Southgate look to try and work something. Freddie Cable, the young guns of the EG side today have been absolutely fantastic. They have really shown that their experience of playing at this level over the last season has really helped them, and they've been absolutely fantastic in today's game. Freddie Cable has been a very highly mentionable, easily mentionable notice, and then also Luca Jones is also another one, I would say. And the umpire, as much to the crowd's pleasure to my right-hand side, the umpire has found his cards. Someone in the crowd did drop them over the fence to him, and he's now sent Southgate off. So EG are now a player up, and Southgate have no goalkeeper. As we have a brief break in play and the time is off. Just for a new ball, please. And as the time is stopped, to my left on the scoreboard, it's 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go. As Keith Turner fires another one into the defensive midfield. And he's going to have another go and does exactly the same thing. Keith, listen to me here. If you can hear me, just have a go at passing it, pal. As EG are going to be... Oh, that's very nice hands from a ball-carrying fullback. You see that a lot more in today's game. But very good tackle. EG looking to put pressure on. And they... Oh, that's a very good dive there from the number 50 inside the circle. EG do not need to force it. They are 3-0 up here now. They do not need to force it or hit. It's okay, that's okay for East Grinstead. Finish the play and set up for your defensive cycle. That's what we say when we're under a little bit of pressure. Let's just finish the play. It's off down the baseline. Set yourselves up. Okay, I'm get ready to go again. And EG and their one-on-one defense, I've mentioned it before already today, has been absolutely superb. They are not letting people go through with any ease. And they're looking as Freddie, maybe another youngster. We haven't seen too much of him today, but let's hope he can get it as he plays the ball across. Sam Knight dives! Oh, and it's so close. Very well played by Freddie, maybe there across the ball, and a very good effort by Sam Knight to try and make it. As EG make another big tackle, another big press as they look to go into the circle. Oh, that is an awful tackle, and he does give away the corner. Unfortunately, he had nothing to lose there, and letting the EG player get into the circle was just absolutely non-negotiable. So he did the right thing there. And now, if you don't know quite what is happening now, and the keeper is, unfortunately, you can't put the keeper back on for a short corner. So, unfortunately, Southgate do have to defend. They can have 5 outfield players inside the goal, but unfortunately, the keeper will not be making another appearance. As the time has been switched off for this corner. EG still 3 goals to the good. If it isn't sealed already, if Keith Turner can put this flick away here, it will be all said and done. And Keith does. He tries to go high, and it's a very great pick. And Jason, to my left, you are absolutely right. I would also have gone low and hard, but unfortunately, he decides to go high, and it means that Southgate have managed to break away quickly. It is now 4-on-4 with Keith Turner doing an extraordinary amount of work to get himself back in the frame of play. But Southgate managed to get it through, and a huge tackle by Josh Green. For me, Josh Green has been the player of the match for me today. He's been absolutely solid at the back there. And as I said at the start of today's game, it is absolutely fantastic to see him back from what was a very serious long-term injury. And he's back to somewhere near his best. And Southgate managed to win the foul inside the middle of the field. 3 minutes and 42 seconds still to go to my left-hand side. Southgate is still looking to try and make something here, and Josh Green mops up again. But unfortunately, a bit of a loose pass out, and Southgate find a player into the circle. He goes onto the upright backhand. That is very, very brave to do that at this point in the game, and manages to do that. And Freddie Cable showing some awesome hands to come out of the back and wins the foul. Very, very well played, Freddie. That's very, very well dealt with there by the Southgate skipper, who's looking to play forward and play the ball quickly. Southgate have got real urgency about their players. They should do, because 3 goals in 2 minutes and 50 seconds is a very, very tough ask. Let's see if they can make it at least a little bit interesting as they have possession in the right-hand side corner, looking for those very, very good V-drags. And it is a free hit to the Southgate on that right-hand side. Umpire is going to be very picky here about where the ball is played from. It ticks down the clock even more for East Grinstead as they look to play, and they're trying to force it through there, somewhere where EG have been strong all afternoon, trying to force it through a gap like that. And I must say, they still miss Mike Lewis in the back there, making huge tackles and playing forward. So Mikey, if you're still there, mate, we miss you not being out on the field with us here today. That's another good pick. EG just looking to not necessarily play out from the back and give themselves any issues, but just, Zach Taylor, that is a definite short corner, and it is. And that will be a sitting down for the next 5 minutes as well, I expect, and it is. So that is Zach Taylor's involvement done for this afternoon, and he is now out of the game. Luckily, it does not carry through into the next fixture that will be the final for East Grinstead here, which is, I'm sure we'll all be looking forward to that. Southgate look to see if they can get some success from any of their short corner routines this afternoon, as the clock has managed to tick past 2 minutes into my left and into the left. Oh, that is very well worn, and Sam Knight has been absolutely worn that, to be fair, and he's taken that like a true champ. So very, very, very well done as they flick another aerial, trying to get downfield as quickly as possible. There's 50 seconds left. Unfortunately for Southgate, I believe this game is dead in the water. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter, number 57, it does not matter, because the time is going to be up now, as EG are going to be into no rush to play this ball and go to air again. The aerial, and the umpire did give a corner in the first half for that, so looking to change his view on that position in this second half. Freddie Cable looking to try and get somebody inside 5. EG, there's going to be no need for them to go here, and Luca Jones wins the foul. Well played, Luca. And unfortunately, Will Denny does give away the foul. And there is no time left on the clock. To my left, the umpires have signalled 1 minute to go, and no one's going to be in any rush to get the ball here. Jack Edgerton moving as fast as I've ever seen him move, actually, to get the ball here. So let's hope he's in no rush. As Keith Turner manages to flick the ball all the way down the end, and is it? And Freddie's going to get the ball because he's a nice person. Sam Knight has just shown me his bruise as he walks past the commentary box, and that is come up very, very quickly. Southgate continue to play here, still trying to hold on to some sort of hope to see if they can find something here, and they find the ball into the circle. Can they get themselves a consolation goal to take back to North London with them? And there it is. EG are into the final. A huge well done to everybody here, to both teams. A fantastic game here at St Hill. The final score was EG 3, Southgate Hockey Club 0. And if you are an EG fan and watching, please look out on our social media for the next round. Thank you very much for joining. Goodbye.
live for it.